Cristiano Ronaldo has won 5 Ballon d'Or awards, 5 Champions League titles, and scored more goals than almost anyone in football history. But what if I told you there was one night when none of that seemed possible? A lonely 12-year-old boy sat in a small room, missing his family so much that he almost gave up on his dream. If he had gone home that night, the world would have never known the name Cristiano Ronaldo. So what happened that changed everything forever? This is the untold story of the night Cristiano Ronaldo almost gave up. Imagine being just 12 years old, leaving everything you've ever known behind, and traveling hundreds of miles away from your family. No parents, no friends, no familiar streets. Just one dream that seemed almost impossible. Most kids would have turned back. Cristiano Ronaldo didn't. But there was one night when even he wondered if he had made the biggest mistake of his life. That night could have ended his football journey forever. But instead, it became the moment that created a legend. Cristiano Ronaldo was born on the small island of Madeira, Portugal, where life was simple, but often difficult. His family struggled financially, and football wasn't just a game for Ronaldo. It was his escape. Every day after school, he spent hours playing football in the streets, imagining packed stadiums cheering his name. His talent quickly became impossible to ignore, and at just 12 years old, Sporting CP offered him a chance that could change his life forever. There was only one problem. To chase that dream, Ronaldo had to leave his family and move alone to Lisbon, hundreds of miles away from home. For a child, that wasn't an adventure, it was terrifying. The first few days at the academy felt exciting, but reality soon hit hard. Everything was different. The training was faster, tougher, and far more competitive than anything he had ever experienced. Many of the other boys were stronger and more experienced. Every mistake Ronaldo made felt like another reason people might think he didn't belong there. At night, when the training ground became quiet and the lights in the dormitory slowly turned off, loneliness became his biggest opponent. He missed his mother's voice, his family's support, and the comfort of home. Some nights, he quietly cried, wondering if all this sacrifice was really worth it. He could have asked to go back to Madeira, and no one would have blamed him. But deep inside, Ronaldo remembered why he had left in the first place. He wasn't chasing fame. He was chasing a better future for his family. The next morning, instead of giving up, he woke up before everyone else. While other players were still asleep, Ronaldo was already thinking about training. He stayed after every session to practice extra shots, worked on his weaker foot, repeated sprints until his legs burned, and challenged himself every single day. Coaches began noticing something unusual. It wasn't just his talent, it was his obsession with improving. Ronaldo refused to let one bad day define him. Every criticism became motivation. Every failure became another lesson. Years later, when he signed for Manchester United, the pressure only became greater. Fans expected miracles, while critics called him selfish and said he cared more about fancy skills than winning matches. Once again, Ronaldo faced doubt from people who believed he would never become one of the world's best players. But instead of answering with words, he answered with hard work. He transformed his body, improved his finishing, became stronger, faster, and more disciplined than ever before. Season after season, he silenced every critic. He won Premier League titles, Champions League trophies, Ballon d'Or awards, and eventually became one of football's greatest goal scorers. Looking back, people remember the celebrations, the trophies, and the records, but they rarely remember the lonely 12-year-old boy who almost gave up because he missed home. That quiet night in Lisbon became the turning point of his entire life. If Ronaldo had chosen comfort instead of courage, football history would have been completely different. His greatest victory wasn't scoring goals or lifting trophies. It was refusing to quit when nobody would have blamed him for doing so. Cristiano Ronaldo's story reminds us that success isn't built in the spotlight. It's built in the lonely moments when no one is watching, when giving up feels easier than moving forward, and when your biggest battle isn't against another player, it's against yourself. The world celebrates champions on the day they lift trophies, but champions are created long before that, in the moments of sacrifice, discipline, and determination. And on one unforgettable night in Lisbon, a homesick 12-year-old made a decision that changed football forever.